Where have your journeys taken you?
Alright, one more second to make sure that the Discord notification goes out. Oh, shoot it on. Ah! Sorry, we had some... We're streaming that new Harry Potter game, which I heard had some issues on PC, which it did. But yes, thank you, Boston. Boston with the first sub of the day. Try to laughs at Mercenaries getting hooked. Yeah. Getting one more reasonably big patch, and then it's all over for Mercenaries.
This is where the fun begins.
Oh, says, who would you pick to win the Super Bowl? I literally do not know who's playing. I'm gonna go with the Mets, which I know is a baseball team. Pleasures, good luck, enjoy the stream. Lyra said they made the perilous journey from Safe Variety over here, which is more perilous than usual, because even just shutting down Hogwarts Legacy was giving some problems, some frame rate problems to me. Alright, big thank you, Boston, with 6 whole months of sub from Boston.
I will bring an end to this nightmare.
Alright, let's go, Priest. Pretty sure I should put Priest in the title. Start with a Mana Saber. There he links a Reddit image. That's it, back to webbing. I remember that moment. Alright, the Mass Saber. If you had to choose who would win a contest between a chief and an eagle, well, if it was a Master Chief in green armor, then I guess there. What are the associated cities? Like I said, I literally don't know. Defias Leper's pretty good, but I think we're still gonna go Northshire Cleric. Dark Cultist is good, take over the Amulet. Another Northshire Cleric, go full Northshire. Azure Drake's pretty good. Ooh. Probably gonna take Deathwing, but I'm thinking a little about Lady in White. Right now, Lady in White benefits every card in our deck. It is more unique. It is more unique than the Deathwing, I suppose. We'll have to be careful, though. There might be certain cards we don't want to pick. Kansas City versus Philadelphia. For the sake of some of our viewers from Philadelphia, like Zeddy, Zordon Zed, and H&T lives in Maine now, but was previously in Philly, I believe. I guess I'll say go Eagles. I don't know. I got no dog in this fight. I'm not counting. There's zero chance I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl, so I don't care. Yes, Reigns in the middle line, Germany. Time to watch save. Sometimes we catch Mikazan Germany in you know, like 3 hours from now. Alright. I took Lady in White. It's a weirder pick, though. Bone Mare versus Vrykul. I think Vrykul's just too good, but I do like having Bone Mare. Whoa, hey, okay. Well, Raza, I've already got one dupe. We might be picking more dupes, so it's not going to be Raza. What about Varian? Right now, I don't have any Rush, or Taunt, or Divine Shield. John's is a thing, but... Delta Halo? What? Kel'Thuzad's a tough thing to pick. Probably gonna take Varian, hope the right cards show up for Varian. Halo references sport teams. See, I've played Halo Reach and part of Halo 1, so you're going over my head. Josh is hello, good to see you, Josh. Mind Eater's great. Another Vrykul. Take it over the Peasant. There's a Taunt for Varian. It's not a card I mind anyway. Let's go for it. It's also gains a little benefit from Lady in White. The Mind Eaters actually get weaker with Lady in White, but they're still too strong to turn down. I'm gonna take another Mind Eater over Dark Cultist, even though Dark Cultist is quite good. Third Northshire, and they benefit from Lady in White, I suppose. Full Northshire. Beyond full Northshire, can't do this in Constructed. Void Shard versus Stormwind Guard. It's another Taunt for Varian, which is a little notable. I don't love Void Shard anyway, to be honest. I'm gonna take Stormwind Guard, honestly. Stockade Guard, easy pick. Bone Caller got buffed, and it can resurrect Mind Eaters, which is massive value. This used to be 4 health, now it's 5 health. It also becomes a 4-mana 5/5 with Lady in White. Let's take the Bone Caller. Take the Panda, which comes a 4/4 with Lady in White. Another Stormwind Guard or a restaurant? This time I think I'll take the restaurant. Another Dark Cultist or a Bone Flinger? We do have the Undead for Bone Flinger. I think I'm still gonna take Dark Cultist, but, yeah, this is a little bit of a choice. Bone Flinger is a resurrectable for Bone Caller, which is actually bad, because we want to resurrect a 2-2 Rush or a Mind Eater. Guys, so what's the Mercenaries mode? Rest in peace. They announced they're doing one last big patch for Mercenaries, and then that'll be the last content patch to Mercenaries. There's 6 more Mercenaries coming out, a new endgame kind of thing, a weekly boss rush, and then that's it. That's it. There's gotta be no more Mercenaries after that. No new Mercenaries, no new content. So they're sunsetting the mode. They're doing one last big thing. This new boss rush endgame mode, but then it's over. Then it's over new stuff-wise. And a lot of people are questioning, and I think they're right to question it, you know, does that mean that this will get taken off the main menu? And I suspect the answer is absolutely yes. So, it's now the time to try to get Arena back on there. Or, you know. Yeah, if it says, I mean, you get our butt back. There's gotta be a war. A war for the front screen between, you know, like Arena and Duels, and some people say just throw Tavern Brawl on there. Now you didn't ask, but in Halo 2, there's a level called New Mabasta. They're Jackal Snipers, the most confirmed kills on players over all the Halo franchise by a large margin. It's a legendary name now. I don't... Let me see. I don't know how familiar John is with this. Let me see. Doesn't really nobody have a super great screenshot of this? This one's not terrible, although it's from the opposite angle I want it. Oh, there we go. Somebody's got a GIF. Somebody's got a GIF. That's better. You know, you're saying snipers, and so I mean, the first thing it makes me think of that I have played is in one of the most memorable locations in Dark Souls. Is this kind of these archways across these buildings you have to do, and there are these like 2 or 3 archers shooting at you in terms of getting sniped and dying and memorable things in meme areas. Yeah, the Dragon Ball archers, yeah. When you say snipers and high kill rate on players, that's the first thing I think of from something I have played. Knightscale Matriarch gets a big benefit from Lady in White, but I think the Town Priest is still too strong. Cultists and Town Priests. Buy Game Pass on the main screen. You know what'd be really cool? I mean, I don't think they would do it. But you know what'd be really cool? Is if it's went, you know, like Hearthstone, Battlegrounds, and then here, there was like a little cogwheel icon here that said, you know, change the third button to Arena, or Duels, or Tavern Brawl. Change it to whatever you want the front page shortcut to be for you. It says it changes to say snap. It says change it to surprise me. It says Leonard Nimoy. I'm gonna take Shara the Naru. What happened to Mercenaries besides being terrible? They announced that they after one more patch, they're not doing any more content for it. So it's going to be a dead game mode in terms of they're not going to add any new Mercenaries, they're not going to add any new Pokemon. City Architect seems fine. Third Mind Eater. They do get hurt by Lady in White. I'm still taking the third Mind Eater for sure. Very happy to see it. Haunting Nightmare's not bad. They buffed this card. I think I still want a second Skin Gargoyle, though, with our current deck structure. Sentinels are good. Gonna take over Thriving Shadows for sure. Wow, a third Legendary. Chameleos is super fun. This is gonna be a good dead mode. Gonna be a dead mode, right? Right. Yeah, Crisis just changed it to an Overwatch 2 button. Crisis Mercenaries never passed real QA in Blizzard. Somebody just hard pushed it. Possibly. Possibly. It'd be an interesting thing to hear a post-mortem on, but I'm not sure if we would ever get real details on what was the thinking behind it. That's with our deck link. That's fine. That's fine. I usually prefer Imager posts. Paris is 12. You believe in 12 just because we have 3 legendaries in general? Good to have you, by the way, the first time chat. Marketing about Guild Mercenaries. The initial marketing was pretty bad. It was very unclear to people what even the mode was going to be. I took a guess, and my guess was quite correct, but some people were very confused, period. Yeah, Free says, what about Baron? We had a day where we saw 3 Baron Geddons. Like, I think Chameleos is just too cool. I'm gonna take Chameleos. Shouted Spirit's kind of okay. I don't have any spells for Fisherman, and it corrupts the Bone Caller away from Mind Eater. Actually, this is undead too, though, although it's a better target to revive than this one. Took Shouted Spirit. Mostly because of the Bone Caller. Another Mana Saber help ramp us up to, well, not so much Varian. I don't know. Could take Power Infusion, honestly, a little bit. Bone Drake would be an incredible undead to resurrect with Bone Caller. It's also just a pretty sweet card. Take it for sure. Eternal Servitude doesn't seem that great in this deck, but I don't have any Shadow spells to hold, do I? I've got almost no spells at all. I turned down a couple of Void Shards. Could I take an Amulet? I could take an Amulet to try Resurrect Mind Eaters and, like, Bone Drake. That'd be pretty sweet, actually. It's a long-term plan, though, if we're, you know, not just doing one, if we want to keep trading it. But yeah, it works better in this deck than most. We have some pretty strong Death Rattles to revive. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, we actually have these Death Rattles, too. So, the one big problem with this deck, we never got a rush, did we? We never got a rush? I don't think. So Varian only draws a taunt. And that's a shame. I don't think we have a rush anywhere in the deck. We have 2 cards that make rushes. I don't think we have any true rushes. So Varian didn't end up too well, but he was only up against Kel'Thuzad, which is hard to use. And I forget what the last one was. Varian looking real 2018. At least he's diamond. But yeah, Varian didn't work out, but the other legendaries were not very strong anyway. What was the third option after Kel'Thuzad? I forget. There he says, Mercenaries ended up because kind of bad Slither Spire. Yeah. The American Mercenaries made it sound like Slither Spire, but it was more like a particular other game. Alright. 0 wins, 0 losses. So you guys have been enjoying the HelloFresh meals. Have you still been getting them, and which ones? I have been still been getting them. I might go back to low carb soon, but I only got 2 this week. Next week I'm getting 4 again. I only got 2 this week. This week I got just another burger, a barbecue pork burger, which I've liked their other burgers better, to be honest. This was still good. It just wasn't as good as the other burgers I've done with HelloFresh. And I got this creamy chicken pasta. Creamy chicken pasta that I haven't made yet. But yeah, my favorite one, I've been meaning to get I took a picture. I've been meaning to get a picture of the one the version I did. But yeah, last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? I think it was last week. I got this homemade turkey and biscuit pot pie. And this was definitely the most time-intensive one I've ever done with HelloFresh. They say it takes an hour. It took me, honestly, probably closer to 2 hours. But it was actually really good. It's my favorite thing I've had with HelloFresh. Kefka says, lay in white deck. Guess got up after a good time. It helps most of the cards in our deck. They're holding a Valkyr. I love spying on the opponent with Kalimos. Did I say Kalimos? That's a different card. Chameleos. You have to pay full price for them now. What were we talking about? Yeah, Leaf says the only good part about Mercenaries showing down. Yeah, when I saw Mercenaries showing down, Leaf, I thought about you specifically. I thought about you specifically because you're certainly the person in chat who's been talking about most. Oh, the meals. I'm currently getting a small discount. A small discount.
It's all in your head.
I'm getting like, I don't know, 15% off right now. It says, first thing Blizzard did in regards to Mercenaries, take away our ability to properly grind characters, shopping to find out you failed. The elemental grind. Did I press the sub button? Did I? I don't know. The first sub of the day was Boston. Then you gifted with 16 months of sub. 16 months of sub. Did I?
Excellent decision.
I don't think I heard excellent decision. I don't think I heard excellent decision. Because the Mercenaries have a monetization problem not unlike other modes. Well, Battlegrounds monetization problem was more on Blizzard's end than the player's end, maybe. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I have things you...
Because I don't think you did. Well, I pressed it now. I pressed it now, and I appreciate the continued support. Definitely Holy Nova against Druid. Jeez, why am I misspeaking so much? She's Stranger, you nerfed too? Yeah. Yeah. I do also feel bad. I don't know if, like, Leaf did it. But, you know, because I don't know how many people here play Mercenaries at all, but I would feel bad for anybody that used their renown. They put out a patch that added the renown system to convert your extra coins into renown, and you could spend your renown to get coins for Mercenaries you hadn't maxed out. But now, renown is used for this new endgame boss rush thing, which they did give a little bit of heads-ups on, but it was unclear, and if you weren't paying attention to the information outside the game, you wouldn't know at all. So anybody who spent their renown on unlocking coins instead of waiting for this system, I feel bad for them. We just keep seeing the same Valkyr over and over and over again.
You wish to live forever?
Yeah, maybe they have 3 Valkyrs. That'd be interesting. He says, why are you the only streamer with moments? You really like them. Maybe other streamers just don't bother with it, you know? You get to use 5 times a month. I didn't think it was a beta feature. I thought everybody had access to moments now, but maybe some streamers just ignore the button. You know, you do have to go slightly out of your way for it as a streamer. Slightly out of your way.
Those were priceless. Is someone injured?
We should go full Northshire, just drop all. Leaf says, you did spend some, but you get a crap load more coins when you open your packs anyway. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, I'm curious how high you can level the stuff. You know, they showed it going from level 5 to 6 for the boss rush, but, you know, can you push it to 10? Or can you push it to, you know, 100? I don't know. Wait, they do have a second Valkyr. Yeah, Fix, they did have at least 2, right? It's the only card communities will show us. They did have at least 2. Minimum.
We will rebuild from the ground up. Right away.
It was a beta. I was saying a while ago, wish you had access. Still? Or maybe it was in beta for a while, now it's out. I don't know. Yeah, they did some other beta features that I don't know if they're still around or not. Like, they tried... Yeah, I don't know if it still is. They tried that super chat type thing, like the YouTube super chat function. We never got access to that beta. And I don't know if that is still in testing in some places or if they just dropped it. See, nobody else seemed to. Yeah, there were some other betas we didn't get access to, but the moments are kind of cool and fun. And, you know, by getting early access to it, it lets people get a higher moment badge here than, like, anywhere else if they did put everything else. What's a super chat? It's like you give me money, and it puts your message pinned to the top of chat type thing for a while. I like the part where you give me money. That part was good, so I was kind of sad not to be part of that beta. Their last card is the Valkyr.
Is someone injured?
Is someone injured?
Build back stronger.
Full Northshire, baby. It's the only way to fly.
Stand ready.
Because they still have almost 10,000 renown. I don't know how much I have. I didn't spend any of it. This is save. Now we have some insight into no much always going face. What other bug dodgy conspiracies do you have? I don't know if I have any. Well, what was the card? The Hunter one. There was that Hunter Dormant card that could hit a minion or go face, and it seemed to go face more often than going minions. And people were theorizing that it might have been a 50-50 between hitting any minion and going face. And that card, I don't know. It always did seem... that one always did seem weird to me. It did seem to go face too often. But I don't know, you know... Is that a conspiracy or is it real? I don't know. I don't know.
Grab your shield. It's a riot.
Those were priceless. Oh,
My fate is sealed.
right away.
Build back stronger.
My support committee is never gonna get changed into anything new. Except that Super Chat was a YouTube live thing. No, exactly, but there was a beta feature on Twitch, or there may still be, that was a Twitch version of that feature. But we never got access to it here. I saw it on some other people's channels. Sofa Plays had access to it at one point. I saw it there for sure. There's Chameleos. We could play it as a real Chameleos. I'm gonna do it just for the lulz.
Astonishing.
Woe betide those who set themselves against me.
Build back stronger. Back yourself.
Right away. Right away.
I don't think I've ever heard Chameleos' entry sound. There's a thing with that Rusteed Raider card, the Quillbore. Rusteed Raider card, the Quillbore. Which card? As soon as I re-clarify, I might go, oh, that one. Oh, the Frenzy one. Oh, the Frenzy one. -1 says 5/6. The Frenzy one? Okay.
It's all in your Welcome to the It's all in yourself.
Right away. Right away.
Right away, right away, right away. Rusteed Raider is what did they would love it? Yeah, the one. Is it 1/7 or 1/8? It's been so long since we've seen it. Yeah, Razorman actually, yeah. Okay, so the one thing you want from Twitch is stream and camera footage separate, so the user can decide where the streamer is. That'd be interesting. I don't know how easy that would be to implement, because, you know, you would have to have 2 different video feeds going at once. I don't know if that would really complicate things on their end. But it's an interesting idea. I'm shocked they have not just conceded yet, considering the position they're in.
Oh, yeah.
Right away. Right away.
You know, they're down 15 health, they're down on board, they're 8 cards behind. You know, I'm pretty resistant to conceding, but I would have given up by this point. I guess maybe if I had I don't know, even if you have Deathwing in deck, do you really keep going here? Gives maybe they got Ysera. Yeah, I mean, Ysera, even you gotta have something like that for this to make any sense.
Yes.
Yes!
Right away. Right away.
Back to yourself.
Bruce Willis' 6th Sense. Mercenaries, I think you missed my link. I did. I did. But I won't miss dedicating this first win of the day to Boston and to Kefka with the 33 and 16 months of sub, respectively. Both very appreciated. 1 win, no loss. Was Mercenaries and Matt London's team or was it its own team? I think it was its own team. I think. Yeah, they redid how the teams were structured, including the modes team thing, yeah, like just over a year ago, right? Or just under a year ago. I think Mercenaries was his own team. The way they restructured was that, yeah, they used to have an art department and a gameplay department and yada yada, and they changed it to have this, you know, like the standard team and the duels team and the modes team, which includes arena, and the battlegrounds team, and they were splitting artists among those teams. So, you know, like battlegrounds had their own dedicated artists type thing. But yeah, I don't know. Can't remember. I think Mercenaries was its own team. Presumably. Hopefully they'll be, like, redistributed instead of, like, getting axed, but I don't know. 1 win, no loss. We'll key back in. Urkel was linking a deck which had the Lich King, and yeah, a lot of 8s. Lich King, Forge Fiend, Sneed. Sneed's really, really good. We had a 12-win Druid that had a Sneed.
Versus Thrall.
He's a Frost Death Knight.
Loon guides me.
But really, Sneed Death Knight. Oh, you know, you had a Frostworm's Fury and a Marrow Manipulator. Which is interesting, only insofar as... and here, I can actually bring it up for a second, I think. I've been trying to add some new YouTube videos, again. Even though YouTube is very frustrating, but, you know... The opening of the video is this. Is this very similar to your deck? I could go triple Frost, and hope that, like, the epic... Frostworm's Fury shows up. Shh. Right away! Right away! Right away. Right away. I'm looking for another 2, so I'm gonna toss the restaurant. Would you be in favor of a live round-robin arena draft? Like in Magic the Gathering, if you could figure out? Absolutely not. No, instantly, absolutely not. We did either 1 or 2 rounds of Magic-style drafting in Magic Arena on stream. When Magic Arena came out, like, you know, I don't know, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. I hate it. I instantly hate it. Boy, do I not like Magic-style drafting. I just absolutely revile the feeling of seeing a card I want, and then another player takes it. I hate that feeling to my very core. So, I'd be very strongly against that. It's a huge feels bad thing for me. Revile is the word.
You wish to live forever. Oh, you. Grab your shield. It's a riot.
You're not very familiar with Magic. I mean, you're right. You're right. And that, you know, I don't know. It could change my opinion slightly, but I don't think anything would ever change the core disgust with seeing cards I want and having them being taken by other players. Especially in the online format, right? Because if you're doing that style of drafting at a physical game store with physical Magic cards, then you're creating the dynamic that card is like in the pool of players, right? Those decks are all in the pool of players, and that creates its own unique thing. But when you're doing Hearthstone or you're doing Magic Arena, that's not what happens. You're just going up against random other drafts, which makes the system not make any sense to me. So, no, I'm really, really, really strongly against that, personally.
Now, Leonard.
Dress Jeff before the players reach 5-card pack. You'll never see the pack come back around. Well then. Whenever that feels bad. Well, then you get the feels bad that, you know, the 5-card pack comes out and, you know, you see a really cool card and, you know, you're not the first player picking, so it's gone. It's still the same feels bad. It's just faster, which does feel less bad, but it's still there. It's still there, just faster. I should have drawn this card first, because I'm going to trade there and heal here. Fixes what if you don't see what was picked? Then what's the point? It just slows you down waiting for the other players to pick. Just show me 4 cards to pick from. 3 cards to pick from. I'm just waiting around on the other players for no good reason. At least it feels that way to me. Fix it'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, I mean, yes.
You're dead.
Let's just stack number. I guess it feels like a lot of waiting for not much benefit to me. This was drafting like some of the old Flash drafts you play. It was fun. Flash draft being a magic term, or I'm unfamiliar with the term. It was a Flash. It was in a Flash game. No, Flash trading card games. Okay, I'm unfamiliar with the term. You're free to elaborate more on what that entails. But yeah, I don't know what a Flash game is. I know what a Flash dance is, but. Well, anyways, what, air fire on every minion? Yeah, I almost played her that turn, but I decided to draw a card instead. So when we can't handle any newfangled draft mode, it's true, that's why we don't play duels. As I can't even visualize what the hell you guys are talking about. It's not crazy complicated, so the idea is, you know, let's say we're doing one of these multiplayer draft type things, right? So, a card pack is opened, right? And you see the 5 cards. Although Fix was saying you don't see the 5 cards, sort of, right? You see the 5 cards, and then you've got 4 players, and you're like going around robin, so, you know, a different person's going first each time. It's like, okay, here's the 5 cards, you're going first, Lyros, pick one of these 5 cards you want. And then you would pick your card, and then it would go to Fix, who would be the second player. And they would have the 4 cards left to pick from, and they would pick one. And then it would go to ATD, and they would pick from the 3 remaining cards. And then it would go to me, and I'm like, I've got a wisp and a snowflipper penguin. Do I want an undead or a beast? I guess I want the undead. But then next time I would go first, type thing, you know?
What is Elun's will?
But that's roughly the idea. Guess this is worth the silence.
The dark deed to defy death.
Jumping was a bad animation, that's true. That's true. Jibbit says a thing. Well, yeah, but I was talking about the version that Fix was saying. I was talking about the version Fix was saying rather than the more complicated magic drafting. Isn't really essentially like that because the offering rates just it's more opaque. Sort of. I mean, if you are doing the pack openings and you have you still have a 1 in 20 chance of a legendary, then whoever goes first gets to pick the legendary if it's any good. With Hearthstone, you always, once it pops up, you always get the choice of the legendaries. You're right, it's a little bit like that, but it's also a bit not. It's complicated. It's all complicated.
What is a loon's will?
Woe betide those who set themselves against me.
Six is a card game too. You pick in like 40 cards and your index 20-ish, so you can use those cards for your deck. Yeah, that's overdrafting, I think is the term. And yeah, people have talked a lot about the idea of overdrafting in Hearthstone. That I'm more in favor of, but I think if you give too many options, I think it makes decks too strong. Quite possibly. So when people talk about overdrafting, I'm like, yeah, go ahead and overdraft, but only do like 1 or 2 cards overdraft, you know? Pick 31 or 32 cards, only drop 1 or 2 cards. Yeah, John says, oh, Magic drafts you as undrafting. Or overdrafting, rather. Which also, I mean, it becomes kind of more essential, doesn't it, with the land systems to a degree? Because you might kind of be forced to draft stuff outside of the colors you're trying to do, which doesn't happen in Hearthstone because it's just neutral and class cards and you're fine. It seems more essential for Magic at a base level to me. At least to some degree. The only meaningful difference between Hearthstone and a genuine pack draft is you can't play against someone that retired 10 drafts trying to get bonkers things. You won't face 5 decks with super lucky drafts. That's interesting. Unless... unless paid actors, unless you know, like, deliberately... Oh, geez, that still won't face? Unless you, like, deliberately collaborated with other people to do the 4 or 5 player draft, all queuing up for a draft at the same time, and you forcibly, you know, everybody passes the good cards to the collaboration player, right? But I'm not sure how easy that would be to manipulate.
I have things you never knew you wanted.
Ooh, Call the Grave, but wait until next turn. Shadowward Ruin technically can take out the 6/6, but I'm going to take Call the Grave for sure.
We will rebuild from the ground up.
And we're not killing the Harkener at Dread, because I don't want to deal with the 6/6 right now. Guess that was fun thought. I think it's worth talking about, but yeah, if the question is, you know, am I in favor of that, the answer is absolutely not. For different reasons. One is that it takes a lot more... It takes a lot more time, and it feels bad to me. I think the extra time just isn't worth it. Get a random shadow spell. Coil.
What was lost can be found again.
Astonishing.
Peanut shade.
My fate is sealed.
Build back stronger.
Oh, right. Hearthstone's very favorable draft system compared to some other digital card games to allow people to re-roll arena buckets. It's a sick downgrade, that's right. That's right. Obsidian statue. Yeah, a little annoying.
Those were priceless.
Build back stronger.
Deliberately killing off my strongest minions to avoid them being able to take advantage of that statue. If they could, like, zap their own minion. Actually, Magic Gathering value propositions are kind of brutal if you give it out. So in terms of, like, going infinite, yeah, I definitely believe that's the case. But you get to keep your cards, right? From the drafts, you get to keep every card you draft, so it's bad if you want to play a lot of Arena, but maybe if you're trying to build a collection, it could be a lot faster. Maybe. Like I said, very little personal experience.
Is someone injured?
Because I want to date the last season of Picardo? Or Picardo is coming out. The, Ghost also says the Vox Machina season. I didn't watch the first season, but you know, it's on the list. It's literally on the list. I've got it on the watch list. Now wait, when you say Picard, do you actually mean Picard, or are you just saying Picard? Does it actually mean Picaro? Wait, what's Picaro then? I'm not sure I even know what that is.
Right away.
It's all in your head.
A lot of these cards getting slightly buffed by the lady in white. Access the tournament mode that was rumored years ago never materialized. They did officially cancel that, though. You know, they didn't quietly let it go away. They did say, "Hey, we're not working on the tournament mode anymore." Hey, we're not working on the tournament mode anymore. Star Trek season Paramount. Oh, but yeah, Picard. Picard. Yeah, Picard. And when does that new season of Picard start? It's a question. It's a question I keep asking myself, and I just don't know when that Picard starts.
February 16th.
Put in the calendar.
February 16th. Which is also, incidentally, when the last season of Agresco starts.
Welcome to the
Agresco, the anime on Netflix, which I am quite fond of. So the last season of that is beginning at the same time. As you've tortured this poor opponent. That's what priests do. That's what priests do, and in Star Trek Picard, torture Star Trek fans. Some Star Trek fans. It's alright. It has its moments.
It's all in your head.
King's honor, friend.
Right away.
Oh, you. I'm actually almost fatigued. But one of my last cards is that Amulet of the Undying.
Say hello to my little friend.
Blessed play.
A blessed play.
I am almost out of cards.
My fate is
Protect the city.
I want to just keep juggling to get, you know, the Amulet of the Undying that says resurrect 7 minions type thing. But, you know, that'd be extra mean. Alright. 2 wins, no loss. And in both matches, you know, in both matches we've ended up with 7,000 cards more than the opponent. I need to make a note to myself to try to fix that Harry Potter game, but put it on a solid state drive. And Glivy had also mentioned a shadow setting thing.
Tranda versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine.
Elune guides me.
Alright, made a little note to myself. I guess this hand's good. It'd be better with coin.
Sweet dreams.
I greet you. It's all in your head.
Net says they're actually devastated about Mercenaries. I skipped ahead in your message to see what tone I should read this in. It's I'm devastated on Mercenaries. You can't imagine the emotional connection I was able to form with a game mode that existed less than a year. Year and a half rather. I was gonna say it is more than a year, right? Less than a year and a half. Before being sunset, goodbye, sweet Mercenaries. I will never forget you. A touching tribute. And so what happened to Mercenaries? They're putting out one last patch for it with a new boss rush mode, a mythic mode, the promised new end game, and 6 new Mercenaries. But those are gonna be the last Mercenaries ever, the last Pokemon. Because they still have 13 Mercenaries packs. I think I have 15. Which I'll open. Leaf was saying they've got like over 100 stocked. Because I'm gonna assume that's sarcasm. The checks notes makes it very clearly sarcasm. Which I brought out my little notebook for. He says make this card get possible. Remove all the bad things. You know, it does, yeah, I mean... It definitely creates a genuine discussion of, you know, how much effort should we put into attempting to save a mode that a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people have kind of given up on. Says Dread spent 50,000 gold on Mercenary. Ghost says Dread is going to attempt to get his 50,000 gold back. It's not going to happen. At least I don't think so. I mean, hey. I spent... If Dreads gets their 50,000 gold, you let me know, because then I'm going to try to get my 10,000 gold back. I did 10,000 gold. I don't think you're getting it back. I think there's no chance you're getting it back. But if Dreads gets his gold back, let me know. Let me know. I only did a fifth that, but I'm hey. You know, hey. The tragedy... Now, Ox is a thing which I'll immediately disagree with. Okay, wait, hold on, wait. Maybe I won't disagree. Ox says the tragedy is objectively Mercenaries wasn't unenjoyable to play. You're throwing in these, like, double negatives, which make your sense confusing. Which, yeah, you're saying it's not objective, that it wasn't unenjoyable, so subjectively it could be enjoyable, which is fine to say. And I did enjoy Mercenaries to a degree. I did the Mercenaries events, right? They just did that big string of, they did all the Old Gods events, and the Leroy event, and the Rattlegore event. Presumably those events are going to go away now. But I did all of them, except for the very first one. I didn't do the very first one, the Chi-Ji one. I did all the other ones. Where are we?
We will rebuild.
Fairly doomed here. Threw down the Northshire. Maybe I should have thrown in the Metamorphin. Let's dust the Mercenaries. Peasant says, what sort of rewards do you get for winning arenas and for clout? You always get a card pack, right? So a card pack costs 100 gold. You pay 150 gold for an arena, and you always get a pack. So you're risking 50 gold versus just buying a pack directly. And then you get more and more, like, gold and arcane dust as other rewards as you get wins. And if you get 7 wins, you always get at least 150 gold. So if you get 7 wins, you get your card pack, and you also get all the gold that you put into the run. So if you can get over 7 wins, you can build a collection of cards by getting packs without actually spending anything at all. Which is termed going infinite. But that's a tough thing. That's a tough thing for most players to do. But it's not so much a tough thing for most players to get positive value out of Arena. Because you only need to get like 2 or 3 wins to get more value than just buying a card pack directly.
Right away.
The damned stand ready. The dark deed to defy death.
Gotcha. So I was surprised when Google refunded everything you had used on Stadia, but I guess they did literally remove the game/usefulness of it. Yeah, I mean, Mercenaries will still be there, it just won't be getting new content. Kexron says, good evening, good to see you, Kexron, hope you're doing well. Yes, you mean like the top 150 players to average 7 wins. Yeah, but, you don't actually need to average 7 wins to go infinite. Because the rewards of gold for going like 10, 11, 12 wins are massively higher than going 7. So if you can go like 10, 4, 4, 10, that's a lot better than going 7, 7, 7. So to go infinite, it's actually typically regarded as lower than that threshold. Thanks for the second count quest as well, which is true, and which matters in terms of you want to keep playing Arena. But, you know, the quests, you could also just put those directly into packs anyway, right? So, is it fair to include quests in terms of going infinite? It's fair if you want to say, can you play Arena forever? It's maybe less fair if you're talking about the efficiency of Arena, but... Because you can average like 5. Well, it depends. It depends on how many arenas you're doing a day, right? If you're doing 1 arena every 2 days, then the quests help a lot. If you're playing a crazy amount and you're doing like 5 arenas a day, then the quests become less significant. Alright, well we are quite dead here.
Grab your shield. It's a right.
Cheese on it, friend.
Why is this Warlock's board looks like a, you know, a Druid's board? 7th. I usually say offensive, actually. With the 7 months of... Oh, well, 7th... I should say 7th this time. 7th. With the 7 months of sub. Very appreciated.
Excellent decision.
Can't dedicate a win to you, but I can super appreciate it. What's the most abhorrent act that can be performed with garlic powder? Well, I can think of several things, but they would all get me banned from Twitch to say. Alright. Can't dedicate a win to offensive. Not yet. Not yet. Who says, I remember I wanted to be a race streamer. The world didn't work out for me. Let's get verified confirmation from Safe. I'm not bad at Arena. I like the phrase, though, that the world didn't work out for me. I like that phrase, just because I could apply it. Yeah, they said they want to be a Harlem Globetrotter. Right. Like, you can apply it to so many things, you know. I wanted...
The moon guides me.
Trying to think of a joke one. I wanted to be a world-famous actor-director like Orson Welles. That world didn't work out for me. But we can still do acting here on Twitch, damn it. No, it's fine.
It's all in your head.
I so they get very confused as people were trying to describe magic drafting to somebody like never played magic. It says Twitch streaming is the last true form of acting. That's right. I mean, well, what it is improv. Well, yeah, Maverick needs an anime voice turn. Yogi. Yes, Joey. Yogi, I took a class on improv. You have no idea where you're going with this, do you? That's true, Yogi, but if I said I had no idea where I was going with it, you could help me out. But I am you! I'm you with a different wig on. I have to come up with all these ideas. And that's what improv is, Yogi. That's what improv is. You have to focus, Yogi. You have to think. You have to entertain people, Yogi. You know, you gotta entertain. How many people are here, Yogi? Well, there were 161. And then your wig went on, and it went to 122. We only lost 40 people? That's better than usual, Yogi. Yeah, feel good.
Grab your shield. It's a right.
This is boom! Stole their potions, or at least copied their potions. Please focus your energy. Focus your energy on the stupidity of anime improv. I wouldn't be able to play the concoction this turn even if I went for it. Therefore, I'm always gonna play Dark Cultist. Am I going to play the Northshire Cleric? Am I just gonna hold back the Northshire to try to get value later? Probably gonna hold back the Northshire if it means floating a mana. Ghost is now magic that can play. You're better at magic than Hearthstone? Not me, but I haven't put a lot of effort into it.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
So the question one is how good is Stormwind Guard? Question two is how good would a concoction be? You know, like destroy 2 random minions would be good here. But the Stormwind Guard, I can go kill, 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 which is really good.
King's honor, friend.
Or actually, no, I have to... I don't get the last kill, do I?
You. Back to your cell. My fate is sealed.
If it's about toxic keep drafts, you know, the thing is, that only becomes appealing to people who play less Arena than us, for instance, which is the majority of people, but, you know, it has no appeal to me, because we have all the cards anyway. Now, granted, I am paying for, like, the golden bundles, which include legendaries, so that is accelerating how quickly I get all the cards, for sure.
I wonder.
Back to your cell.
Do I want to play my own gargoyle, or do I want to go, like, double cheap shot? Maybe I do want to play my own gargoyle. Fix says you get 30 cards, you collect yours, but back and play a game, I'll do it. Right, except, you know, presumably the game lasts just the same amount of time. Presumably the game lasts the same amount of time, but, you're spending more for the same amount of gameplay time, which may be unappealing to people who end up with all the cards anyway. But it may appeal to people who want to play a little of Arena and then a lot of Constructed. I only need to destroy 1 random landing minion, which we've already got, so let's draw cards, even though we've already got a fair number of cards.
The dark deed. Back to your cell.
Ghost of Hearts was IRL, would you play it? No. I mean, I never played Magic IRL, so the answer is almost definitely no. I love the convenience of being able to just queue into a match with matchmaking. matchmaking is huge for me. I don't want to go to a physical game store and play against a very limited number of people there. I like online matchmaking. So, it's a pretty easy no, because I never did in the past. So why would I do it now type thing, if that makes sense. So, it's a pretty easy no.
What is
It's a pretty easy no.
Welcome to the darkness presence.
I think I'm still gonna kill this. I thought about not doing it. Because I see your point there. And there's a second reason. It's one of the reasons why. So it's not just matchmaking. Matchmaking is a really big deal. The convenience of just playing from my chair. That's a really, really big deal. But there's actually a second big deal. The second big deal is that I like the computer to handle the math. I like that I don't have to think about applying a 2 damage counter to my face every turn playing Bloodied Knight. That I don't have to think about, what dies during a defile. That the computer just does it. It does it really fast. I like that. I don't want to do that all manually. Imagine like a Yogg-Bok spell, right? You could technically do it. You could technically do it with a, with like a big number generator, and a index of spell numbers. You could do it technically, but a lot of stuff in Hearthstone would not be fun at all to try to work out, right? Kev, because all you need is dice. You can technically do it with dice and index, but boy, would it not be fun. And boy, would it take a ton of time. Alright. 3 wins, 1 loss. Dedicate that win to Offensive with the 7 months of sub. Very appreciate again. I appreciate everybody being here today, because we are about to take our first 3-minute break. Hope you stick around through the break. We shall return. Hopefully. Alright, let's get back to it. Three wins, one loss.
Tranda versus Uther.
Larus doubts the effectiveness of keep drafts. Like I said, I agree with you that it doesn't appeal much to me. But, you know, they've been going in Magic for decades. So, clearly, at least with a certain card format, they can hold appeal. I agree with you if they don't appeal to me, but it's undeniable they have appeal, having gone on for decades.
But we fight. Right away.
It's all in your head.
All right. So they do get the hand buff with that prismatic jewel kit, which is hard to do.
Astonishing.
The streets are not safe.
Alright. It doesn't show us how many hand buffs they got either, right? So they could have gotten 3, they could have gotten less. So, Bone Caller can get us the 3/2 back, the Mind Eater, which is really valuable. But if I play Mana Saber, I can ramp out a Bone Drake, which would be even a better roll for Bone Caller. So, I'm gonna play the Mana Saber.
Right away.
They got more hand buffs.
You got the wrong guy, pal.
Alright, Bone Drake. Wow. A, that's crazy good. And B, they just got their last hand buff. Wow. I'm very impressed by what they've pulled off, but...
Welcome to the cult.
Right away.
Question is, can we come back?
I will purify the fallen.
Bone Drake will be amazing. Well, it's only a 50% shot. I got it, though. I got it. We've got... Ooh, wow, jeez. So I've got all the value in the universe, especially with that Ysera, but I'm massively behind on board. This is an extra 2 damage inside of it, which is enough to let me kill the dancing swords.
I won. Right away. Oh.
Darkness beckons.
We will rebuild from the ground up.
I don't... Currently, I don't think I can slow them down enough to ever win. I think they can get us from 30 health to 0 before I can, like, establish Ysera. Okay, so I could kill the 8-7 here with the Vrykul.
What was lost can be found again.
And our goal is just to live long enough to make Ysera prosper. Y'all with the follow, I appreciate that. Where'd they get a Gorehowl from? From the Discover a Warrior card thing? Holy cow. Ugh.
Time may pass, but the dream is eternal.
They got 16 damage on board.
A stranger will offer you aid.
It's all in your head.
Yeah, burn my next core, but that doesn't matter.
My hand is full.
They're holding a Blood Crusader. Okay. So we need to dream back the Skelemancer, and then Ysera awakens to clear their board. Gonna take 3 damage right there. Gotta heal.
I wonder.
I gotta heal like every turn.
Every nightmare must end.
Need 6 damage to kill us. They have a card from our deck.
My heart is pumping.
You pay, I protect.
They are very Divine Shield focused deck. Very Divine Shield focused. This may have just changed everything. We were about to lose the game, but maybe we can do it now. I'm gonna have to Nightmare and Taunt Ysera, which is very interesting, but it could work. One of their 2 cards is Skelemancer.
What is Elun's will?
This could help, maybe. Really hope out in my face. Damn! Hit their face too, but they're not quite in range of Shadowed Spirit. Nightmare first? Why?
Every nightmare must end.
Grab your shield. It's a right. Reverberations in the void.
Trouble?
Killing 6/6, 1 less bomber target. Oh, I see your point. No, yeah, I agree with you. I actually do agree with you now. Ah, damn! That's a top deck too, right? Damn! Very frustrating. Alright. Here's what happened to Mercenaries. They're putting out one more patch. They're putting out one more patch and then they're done with it. They're gonna add 6 new Mercenaries and a new endgame and then
Elun
that's
guides
over.
me.
He'll still be available to play, but there's gonna be no new content. It's unlucky, just really, really frustrating. This is good riddance to mercenary mode. Gonna simplify the patch notes. It's gonna simplify the patch notes, because just like Battlegrounds, the mercenaries notes tended to be really, really long.
Sweet dreams.
I already knew they had a coin.
Oh,
I already knew they had a coin, silly Camelios.
Me have that for you.
You see Thrifty, by the way? Thrifty streams a wide variety of games. They have Deathlord, which is a generally terrible card, but it works pretty well against our deck. This is now I have never to worry about annoying mercenaries being given the battle pass. That's an interesting point too, you know. They already took the battleground stuff off the battle pass
One more
and tried to make up for it with like extra gold cards or something. If they took the golden mercenary set off of the battle pass, so they try to compensate for that too. Well, we just went 3-3. Ah, that silence last round. Fancy need for another auto battler mode. Well, mercenaries is not an auto battler.
in Elun's name.
There's nothing we can do. We're already dead. Just mentally getting ready for the next draft. Why is mercenaries going away? Exclamation mark whale mocha. Again, I can see to him. This run was going really great until it wasn't.
It is finished. You win. Thanks.
Any reasonable hope they'll lean into arena mode? Well, the only hope people have right now... The only hope they have right now is to, do a thing. The only hope with the right now is, you know, they'll probably take mercenaries off the main menu. At least a couple of months or, you know, 6 months after the new endgame goes out. So some people are hoping Arena might get back onto the main menu. Alright.
By all that is
Death Knight it is. Death Knight it is. Neophyte Death Speaker suspect. Probably just gotta go for blood immediately. Wait. Oh yeah, the horses. They get more free arena tickets to the battle pass fixes. People who hate arena hate tickets. Well, I mean, for people who hate arena, a ticket is just a card pack, right? You just concede 3 times if you truly don't want to play arena or duels. Save. It makes you feel any better. Pick Priest to switch up classes. One amazing grindy game. Yeah, we had 2 grindy games at the start. Versus Death Knight versus 3 Legendary 3-1, then lost 2 decks. Bone Draked in the Deathwing. Both Deathwings? Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, that run was going so well until it just fell flat on its face against the Silence, and that lost on literally turn 2 against Death Knight. So, yeah, that was frustrating. Loot order. I guess just Hired Gun, because these cards are pretty terrible. I don't want Stormwatcher at all. Dark Transformation's good, so now we're Blood Unholy. Still blood on Holy Graveyard Shift is great, better than Geist. Rogue Abomination can do some interesting stuff, but it's pretty tough to use. We're just gonna take on Creeper. Asphyxiate double blood. I mean, we've been having a lot of luck with double blood. Yeah. Soulbreaker versus Blood Tap. Those just aren't great comeback cards in this meta. I've been mostly ignoring Fix and Lyra talking in chat, or Lyrosh talking in chat, as long as it doesn't get aggressive. But what was I saying? All I was saying here was that, it just as a question to Fix, are you hoping for an option for a keeper draft, or for it to completely replace the 150 gold entry fee? Because completely replacing the $2/150 gold option with, you know, a like $8 option or $6 option or whatever, would alienate me if I wasn't streaming. You know, it would make it, if I wasn't streaming, I would stop playing Arena. But you know, that's if I wasn't streaming. So, I think I mean, I think both of you, both the stances in chat are wrong, insofar as one person is saying that no, dedicated people would definitely keep playing. It's like, no, it would alienate me. And then the other person is saying nobody would do this. I'm like, no, people would absolutely do it as an option because people do it in Magic. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to interject into this debate too much. But I'm like, I don't know. I think you're both wrong. Blood Tap can work. Blood Tap can work. You have to choose 5 classes incoming. Not even 4. You're going right to 5, huh? This is Mercenaries is dead. Yep. Then he says, well, Mitch, good to see you. I'm gonna take Blood Tap. I've rarely drafted it. I think my decks often end up too light for Blood Tap to be good. I'm gonna try it. It's like a very cool. I think Sentinel is mostly better than Body Bagger, but Body Bagger does help us do a fast Neophyte or a fast Blood Tap, which is significant. Still gonna go Sentinel. Heart Strike's good and can help do the same thing with the early Corpse Spenders. And we're up Socialite Doom Sir. That says, go find a single race to replace $6 for every single run with all the cards reward. I think that, you know, I would begrudgingly do it, but, you know, I would do it most likely. Dreads would do it. Redbeard would do it most likely. I don't know who else is out there that might do it, but yeah. But I would certainly begrudgingly do it. I wouldn't want to do it. The bad pick. Wonder if I ever take Doomsayer. Let's get take Socialite. We might end up with like a Cobalt, but I don't think we're gonna take Dragons. Geist versus Corporal. Honestly, I think I like Corporal better than Geist, though Geist is not bad at all. You know, I could take Kooky. No, I took Corporal. Phantom Militia is weird. We're just gonna take Grim. Take a Haunted Creeper. Take a Brittle Skin. Alright, so grudgingly, sure. Now we just what you say. I think the letter of the law is important with the way you've worded that. Find me a single arena streamer that'll do this. Like, well, I found 3. I think the letter of the law is important here. But I do agree with you insofar as I don't think taking away how Arena currently works and how Arena has worked for 8 years is any sort of positive move. Giving more options might be good, but I don't think taking away what already exists is a good idea. So I think you do it very low. You don't have anyone to play against. I think the matchmaking could become worse, but I think you would still certainly have enough people to play against. That's the thing, it's a 1v1 thing, right? So you only have to have one other person queuing at the same time type thing, because in a 1v1 mode, you can have very low player population, still find matches. Although they might not be as good as our current matches in terms of, like, win rates of decks. That's about to love and hate the least video you did is replicate your most successful video. And also, it's just edited together. Team 4-star for cheek clips the music ad. Well, I mean, did you put, like, DBZ abridged or Team 4-star or something in the title? Because, then you might just be getting hits off people searching for that, right? And that hits a search tool. Thank you, Adam, with the follow 2 minutes ago, by the way, if I didn't mention it. I guess... what can we do with Swamp Dragon Egg, if anything? Not much. I guess I'm gonna take Geist, but that's awkward too. Oh dear, Veteran's fine-ish. Brycool's great. Brycool's great. More hand buffing. I guess Infectious School, because the other cards are terrible. Oh dear. Ah, Plated Beetle! Oh no! I'm just, like, this is... Whoa, this draft is really bad compared to the average Death Knight draft. Necrotic Geist, don't want it. I barely want Infectious School, but it's fine. Hired Gun is kind of below average. Let's not even count it, but it's just, below average for a Death Knight deck. Brittle Skin's not too great. I'm gonna count Luthor as below average these days. Socialite, I don't want it. The Veteran is below average for sure. And there's a lot of cards that are just barely even average. And now I got Plated Beetle too. This is just, whew. There's where'd the Police Draft go? Yeah, we got beat on turn 3 by a Death Knight, and we got beat by a Top Deck Silence. At least I think it was Top Decked. Oh, man. Death Speaker's good. Art Strike's still good. Arm Stealer is good with a few of our cards, but I think I'm still gonna take Heart Strike in terms of I want to get that early blood tap. Dear. Another Death Speaker. Tenacious, because we don't have anything even vaguely later game. Another Art Strike to try to get that hand buff and a bone there. Ah! Oh man, this is just... It's neutral. It's neutral Knight. It has so I got 2 Neophytes, a Graveyard Shift, and Asphyxiate. A bunch of Heart Strikes, Dark Transformation. It's just one of the least Death Knight decks I've ever seen. It's terribly disappointing after a disappointing Priest run. It's actually Double Frost Root G3 retire. Yeah, I don't retire, but... I mean, then that wasn't even this. Usually we get a bunch of Death Knight cards that have a double blood deck, but not so much this time.
I must protect the wild.
The unholy fester.
Right, Strike with blood tap. Yeah. I don't have, like, any way to draw cards except that Loot Order. I don't think I'm even keeping this Corporal against Druid. It's the second ever return. Nah.
The Sea Floor be its own treasure.
My greetings.
So, Heart Strike into Coin Graveyard Shift. And we get blood tap stuff. Things were back in 2012, before the game came out, and decades before Death Knight came out. Decades. So I'm curious to see how much the core set will change. It'll be super infected. It will. You know, just like last year, I'm curious if they're gonna drop the core dragons, or if we'll just continue having the core dragons forever.
What is it?
Head on board. I got this blood tap ready to go, but only 2 minions to buff right now. Be nice to draw a minion instead of a spell. Alright. 6-5, 6-5. I can't play them both in the same turn, though. There's only one thing they've confirmed about core set, isn't there? Two things? Two things? They said either there won't be, or there's a 99% chance that Braun won't be there. I believe they said that. And then the other thing they said was there will be a new 0-mana 1/1 there, right? They were taking a poll on whether it should be Wisp or Snowflake Penguin. I think Snowflake Penguin won.
Let the pain speak to me.
You know what, Death Knight Corby 2, as in you don't expect them to change it at all? If it's a Penguin 1, yeah, it was definitely in the lead when I saw. I guess it did end up truly winning.
The streets are not safe.
If I played the Sentinel, I mean, I gotta wait 2 more turns if I want to buff it. I just want to try to accelerate as much as we can right now. So I would have to change the core for Death Knight after 5 months, rather.
You never knew you wanted.
5 months or 4 months? Either way, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they change 1 or 2 cards that after, you know, the 4 months, so like, you know what, we actually don't like this card being in there. I could see them changing a couple, but you're probably right that overall they will not shift it.
Sense your struggle.
Evacuate!
No. Trust me.
As long as at least you've been getting good reviews, we'll be playing. We played it today. We played it today. We played it today. That's an easy answer. But I had heard the oh jeez. I had heard the PC version had frame rate problems. We 100% ran into that. I'm gonna do some things. I didn't initially have it installed on a solid state drive. I'm gonna move some stuff to make some room on my solid state drive to see if that helps. Glavy was saying there might be some shadow settings that can help.
Let's eat.
A dark deed to defy death.
Oh, shoot.
The little talk, little dead.
Why did how did I do, how did I do that? That was all my fault. I need to hit one of these. How did I do that? That was a pretty big mistake. It's too late now. It's too late to do anything about it now, but yeah, that was a pretty big mistake. How stay safe, how you been? Well, I hope I was going to say I hope I've been better than you. I hope things have been going as well as possible, Quantum. I heard that there was, you know, a bunch of aftershock earthquakes, including one really big one. So I hope you're doing all right. We're doomed. Man. It's, yeah, just unending swarm. Just unending swarm. Much from magnetic undead next mini set. We've got one. We've got one undead, undead mech in general. What's the thing? Well, yeah. All I meant was, you know, more earthquakes in general. Yeah, I don't want to get too into it. Just get sad. Yeah, I definitely did see some of the video footage and such.
King's honor, friend.
Destroyed. Well, you can pick up ask if in fact we should pretty much see what's what lost. Yeah, there's I don't know if it's out yet. There's supposed to be a new NVIDIA driver. I checked if it was already out before the stream, but it did not exist at that time.
Scarlet versus.
Yeah, it looks like it still doesn't exist. The last NVIDIA drivers are from January 24th. But I thought I heard there was a new one. I heard there was a new one supposed to be coming out. Where's Dr. I hear you. I hear you.
Oh, hello.
So happy. I was so happy to have Death Knight offered, and we've just ended up with this nightmare of a draft.
The streets are not safe.
There's the guy an 8-0 Druid run. Very nice. I just lost to a Druid. I'm probably about to lose to another, because this Death Knight deck is one of the worst I've seen. Having a lot of success with Druid myself lately.
The dark path is my destiny.
What was this? I was just looking at David. I know David's been watching. Yeah, I made a small post on the Last of Us section of the Discord, but yeah, that fourth Last of Us episode. Yeah, I'll say I put specifically what it is on the Discord. I guess I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, there's a moment. There's a moment in that episode that's a, you know, super direct call-out / reference to the games, and I enjoyed that in particular.
A wisdom donut for the master. Dance with me.
So Park Panther and Mount need down tuning Druid. Those cards are so insane. Format Park Panther is pretty nuts. We have been seeing a lot of them, including in my drafts. I feel like, you know, Lingering Zombie, Wicker Claw, and Ending Swarm have still been more important for the core Druid winning. But yeah, Park Panther's pretty nuts. It's a rare. It's a rare, and so it's been showing up quite a bit. Comes his deck's cute, right? Speaking of, with 5 Sow the Soil is very interesting. Feels like you should be running out of cards instantly, but yeah, Quantum's at 8-0, has 2 Lingering Zombies, and a Mark of the Lotus, and a Power of the Wild, and a Wicked Claw, and an Unending Swarm, and a Park Panther, and a Kodo Mount, you know? At least one of all the cards we're talking about. At least one.
Just a drop.
Alright, 4-5, 4-4 against the 2-1. This is... What's the point to winning in these keeper drafts? There's no incentive, no hype, no investment, no interest. I actually don't know necessarily how the keeper drafts work in Magic. I don't know if I did a keeper draft or a... Do they have non-keeper drafts? Do they have shadow drafts in Magic Arena? I don't remember what I did. But whatever draft tip I did, there were prizes, but it was like way harder to go infinite than in Hearthstone Arena. Whatever I played in Magic Arena once or twice.
All ends with death.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
King's on a friend.
Our tunnels run deep.
A wisdom
Jump Sense just reminds me of a Simpsons gag, yeah. There's up list 11. My dad used to own a card store, which we have talked about once or twice before, but yeah. Paid for my community college through Magic the Gathering. Which just reminds me of the Simpsons line where Homer's trying to get a hot dog at like a funeral. Man, I could go for a hot dog. And Marge's like, there's not gonna be hot dogs here. Hot dogs, get your hot dogs. So guess what? Do you follow my husband around? Lady, he's putting my kids through college.
I concede.
Now, we don't lose the 2 druids in a row with neutral Death Knight. We actually have to do some hand buffing there for sure. Alright. Was that a gag later in the episode? I'm trying to recall. Yeah, Magic Gathering Arena drafts is difficult. The rewards keep playing. They have some draft modes and they're all like that. I would definitely say Magic is a more premium game, I guess.
Versus
Higher investment.
You asked for it.
The unholy fester.
I need a tier list. I need a tier list of, you know, of the power levels of games extracting your money, and ones that aren't literally, you know, like a gacha game, like Diablo Immortal, that you can just throw money at the slot machine lever. But you know, if we put Hearthstone here, and you know, how much more powerful is Magic at extracting your money? Is it twice as high? Is it 3 times? Is it 4 times as high? And then, you know, can like Warhammer miniatures hit the moon if we're doing this chart? You know? These are my questions. Everybody gets inscured, the flashback, some protest, that's the power plant. Oh, I see. Which... all I can think about is Lisa's song. They have the plant, but we have the power. Now do classical gas.
Hello.
I'll show them. I'll show
Moon says, I have a question. How do you know when to go face area? When do you clear the board? So my answer might be different than other people, because my answer is when do you clear the board? For me, the answer is almost always. Very legitimately, for me, the answer is almost always. I need to have a really good reason to not clear the enemy board. Because when you don't clear the enemy board, they can use a card, like Dark Iron Dwarf for +2 attack. If they're a paladin, they can use a Blessing of Kings. If they're anybody and they have 7 mana, they can use a Bone Mare. So I always default to clearing the enemy board. And that's why this is the trade file stream. I always trade. There are exceptions. There are exceptions. The exceptions start when... just when the numbers change in a certain way, and as you play more and more, you just kind of get a gut feeling for when that happens. But, you know, if they're at 12 health, and you're at 30 health, or whatever, your health is 2 item matter. If they're at 12 health, and you have 1 card left, and they have 8 cards left, then the way they win is by clearing your board, and using their 8 cards while you're out of cards, right? So at that point... you have to try to kill their 12 damage on their face, or you're going to lose. You know you're going to lose because you can't beat those 8 cards.
I'll find
So,
the answer.
there is a point. There is a point where you say, okay, I have to now go face.
A whiskey donut.
But until that point, I always try to clear the enemy board if I can. That's my default. Mocha's thing, but you know. Lars says you haven't seen much history. Mocha says you don't normally throw an 8-8 into a 2-3. I do. I don't want to see him play that Bone Mare. Hunter tends to go face more. That's fair to say. Hunter, Demon Hunter, in particular. So they probably have duplicate here, unless they actually have Ice Barrier. I'd much rather him duplicate an Ice Walker than a Sentinel. Indeed it is. Not very surprising. So now I got 2 Ice Walkers that keep my stuff frozen. It'd be much scarier for them to have 2 mana thirsted Sentinels in a couple turns. Which is, thanks for the answer. Yeah, and that's an answer you'll get a different answer from some people. Some people only trade if they can think of a really good justification. They think pushing face is just the way to go. That's not the way I like to play the game, but some people will say that. There's one other thing. You know, sometimes you'll get like another Warlock. Warlock hero power is to take 2 damage and draw a card. That's often how Warlock wins. So, against Warlock, pushing face damage is more encouraged. Honestly, I still usually trade, but there is a little bit of extra thought to going face against Warlock, because it kind of disables their hero power. If it was traumatized from not trading too many times, that's when I don't want to play the game. That's when I don't want to play the game, is when I go face, and they use, you know, a Bone Mare to punish me, even a Dark Iron Dwarf to punish me. That's when I don't want to play Hearthstone.
In life, manner.
So, like, right here, here's a double trade. Like, right here, here's a double trade. Could I go face for 2-2? Could I go face with the 2-2 and ignore the 3-1? I could. I could. I'm not gonna, but I could. Good to see Asamu, by the way. Asamu has been streaming, doing, like, game making in I think, one of the RPG makers, I think. Tuned in a couple of times.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
Quiz is low, good to see you, Quiz. Hope you're doing well today. Wolf says, I missed a face damage. Oh, did I not go face before the dark transformation? I've been doing that more often lately than I used to. Not much I can do here. If they've got a card like Flame Strike, we're just out of it. We're actually in the exact situation we're talking about, though, where they've got 7 cards, I have 3 once we make our draw. If they can clear my board, they're going to win the game. And unfortunately, Mage is very good at clearing boards.
Ready to fight for a better future?
They're going to kill the 4/4.
Smelly fish! Yummy fish!
We can go, what can we do? We can go trade, hero power. This goes to 1, this goes to 2, this goes to 1. This still probably trades here because it's at 1 anyway in ping range. And then I, what, Death Speaker and kill this one? Yeah, we still have both cards from Vast Wisdom. I still remember Deathborn, not looking for to see that again. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing all the, we're gonna be seeing Deathborn, but also all the infusion cards again. Like the 5/5, deal 5 damage. So what's your opinion of this? Is that a band?
The streets are not safe.
So I assume one of these is Counterspell and our Asphyxiate's not going to work, and I'm gonna be a bit sad. You could make the big assumption. You could make the full assumption that one of these is always Counterspell, and that lets you go for Necrotic Geist here.
I'll find the answer.
But you can go for Geist anyway, technically, but you don't get to kill the taunt. Yeah, I'm also thinking about Duplicate. Duplicate's also really, really, really harsh for us. I can't play around every secret. Because, like, this doesn't play around explosive runes either. We're pretty stuck. We're pretty stuck.
Talk, little Death Knight.
For the master.
So somebody said it's always Ice Barrier. One of them is. The other one. Explosive Ruins, Frozen Clone, Potion of Polymorph. It's always a minion reactive card. It says, dear Safer, with the news, sorry for Mercenaries after all the time you invested. Now, I mean, you might be meaning, but actually, I've put quite a bit of time into Mercenaries, if you are meaning. I did all the events. And, you know, honestly, you know, I'm not that crazy sad type thing in terms of, you know, at least they're still putting out. They're still putting out this final mode with the infinite grind. I'm curious about that. James, what's the news? They're putting out one last patch for Mercenaries with a new boss rush mode, and they're done. There's not going to be any more Mercenaries content after that. They said they'll still do bug fixes and maybe balancing, but they're done adding content. No new Mercenaries. They're adding 6 more Mercenaries, and then they're done. They're sunsetting the mode, essentially. But they are. Ah! I gotta hit it. I gotta hit. I'm gonna cry when I hit it, but I gotta hit it. Ah.
Never.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong button.
Oh my God! We're having a fire sale. Oh, the burning! It burns me. Evacuate all the school children.
To defy death.
Yeah.
You call that a weapon? Yeah.
This is pain. This whole deck is pain. Because how come in these scenarios Blizzard doesn't give refunds? Because they say you're giving you content that's not supported any longer. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the idea is, you know, you can... They're not removing the Mercenaries mode, right? You can still play it. They're not adding anything new, but their argument would be you can still play it. And, you know, there's a thing in the end-user license agreement saying, you know, that, you know, things may change in the game or the game may shut down and you're not entitled to anything. This is, oh, the burning, yep. Double Vex Crow, although fortunately I don't have any spells. Is that he links a thing? I've never heard of it. It sounds horrible.
Your peace. No waves can sink the ship.
The Web Mercenaries, let me have a link. I might be able to link it. I might be able to link it. So yeah, of course, you know, they tried to put the happy part first, and they kind of hid the lower part, you know, because the update, the title of the page is Mercenaries gets a mythic update, and it says 6 new mercenaries join the village. There's now over 120 mercenaries to collect, dual types, rework types, factions, and more. Mythic boss rush in-game content coming soon. And then at the very, very end, it says, after these updates, we are focusing on making the Hearthstone and Battlegrounds modes the best they can be. At the same time, Mercenaries will continue getting support with bug fixes, barrack balance changes, but no further regular content updates. With the new additions in this patch, we hope that Mercenaries will be a fun, fulfilling mode for players. So, they're done. They're done updating it. Biggest patch ever. Also, mode's dead, right? That's not crazy good for them. Yeah, this is a thing which I won't read out loud, but I thought the same thing. Fortunately, you know, they appear to have been shifting their content towards other things. What's interesting there, and you know, none of this is secret that I say here, but I will say I don't know this. I don't know the implications of this, but the first stuff is not secret. So they got that new Blizzard content creation program thing, which, you know, we haven't signed up for. Not sure if we ever will or not. But the point is that they did a stream with the community manager Alkali Lake talking about the the content creation program and then some questions about it and stuff. And one of the things they said was for the first time ever, they officially said that there was formerly a secret, you know, it's not secret anymore, I guess, but there was a secret content creator Discord where content creators could talk to Blizzard devs. And they named a few players that are part of that. And one of the players they named was Old Guardian. So, under the content creation program with NDAs on the secret Discord, Old Guardian may have gotten a heads up that Mercenaries was going away, which may be why they've been actively trying to shift their content in other directions. Now, I don't know if Old Guardian got a heads up, but we know there was a secret Discord, and Old Guardian was on it. So, and that Old Guardian's been trying to shift their content. So, they may have gotten a heads up. They may have gotten a heads up. I don't... That last part, did they get a heads up? That I don't know. Good to see Silas, by the way. If I didn't say hi, Silas says we die horribly here yet again. This deck is just terrible. Good to see who's Old Guardian. Old Guardian is a content creator who their primary claim to fame was they put out the best Mercenaries videos on YouTube, which I watched because I did the Mercenaries events. And so Old Guardian would put out very good videos, quite to the point of, you know, hey, here's this event mission, here's some teams that work. Here's some teams that work to win that mission, win this event thing that's kind of tough to do. And so, yeah, Old Guardian was putting out the best Mercenaries videos. I watched a lot of them. And you know, we have things like, you know, when people sub, welcome back to Save File 17. You know, and you know, when Crip would open YouTube videos, you know, it's, you know, hey guys, how's it going, Criparian here. And so Old Guardians is, you know, he's quite memorable, which is, you know, just like, you know, hello, it's Old Guardian here. And today we're doing whatever. 1 win, 2 losses. Alright, I mean, this deck sucks. I won't be sad to see this deck go. I don't retire decks. And sometimes decks that I think are bad turn out to be really good. This deck is not really good. Actually, we have to take a 3-minute break, it turns out. I can see. It says it's time for a break. And it's a really good time to take a break, because we're about to die again. We're about to die again. And then, go do another draft. Lab says, everyone's Crip Arena back. I don't know about everybody, but, you know. And, you know, as an Arena content creator, you know, I often wonder, you know, if Crip went back to, like, all Arena, would that hurt me or help me? I don't know if which way it would go. Because if Crip does Arena, Crip naturally gets a lot of viewers. So Crip can draw people to play Arena and to watch Arena, and that might filter out to other Arena channels. Or do people watch Crip playing Arena and they want to watch less of me? I don't know. From a selfish perspective, is it good for me if Crip plays Arena or not? I don't know. It talks about Crip Raid. Yeah, no, that's never happened. Is Crip still enjoying Battlegrounds? Does Crip enjoy anything? I don't know. You'd have to ask Crip that. Alright, we'll be back in 3 minutes. Alright. Let's get back to it with this pretty horrific Death Knight deck. One of the worst we've seen. In the bottom 5 at least. Maybe the bottom 3.
Scarlet versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine.
The unholy fester.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, hello.
Kind of an awkward hand where everything needs activators. Ah, well, things just got a lot less awkward. This is gotta be the best draw in the whole deck. Makes it very, very, very easy to activate the Necrolytes, at least.
The dark deeds defy death.
We lost the last match to a fire sale, clearing a 7 minion board. We win when Yeti resubs for 44 months.
Ride the Polar Bear Express.
Excellent decision.
DCA, I'm here to inform you I now own a C6 Yelan, the best C6 in the world, and C6 save file. I feel like I'm about C1 right now, you know, I don't know. Maybe we can get stronger. Maybe not. Whatever. What was the other thing I was saying? Just thank you, Yeti, for the very, very long-term support of the stream, almost since the very start. I'll also explain Yeti's message a little bit, and we'll bring up an anime waifu for a moment. What do you have? How many extra copies did you get, Yeti? Where was your Yelan before? Was it C0, or were you already at like C2 or something? You got 6, okay, so you had C0? That's a lot. Thought you said you were done whaling. Let's see. So yes, Yeti, they just brought this character back. They brought this character back in Genshin Impact today. And Yeti got 6 more copies, which is the maximum number of copies you can get for extra power. So there's Yelan. There's Yelan with her jacket worn exclusively on her back, a jacket worn as a cape. It's a good design, I like Yelan. And she's a very strong character. So yeah, we were talking about monetization schemes and stuff before. Yeah, in Genshin Impact, what's the right way to phrase it?
The dark deeds.
You can get extra copies of characters to enhance their power to a degree, but it doesn't scale in such a way that you have to necessarily feel bad about not getting a billion extra copies. 'Cause like this character Yelan gets, I think, approximately 85% more powerful. Like 85% more powerful if you get like 6 extra copies. So the scaling makes it so that if you're somebody who's just getting 1 copies of characters like me, you hopefully don't feel too bad.
A whim's
We look so strong here on this turn, but we're not strong. Alright, Permafrost burns up 200,000 channel points. Not 100,000, 200,000. Gotta make sure people take notice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Frost. You gotta be here a lot to have 200,000 channel points to burn up in the first place. That's all you get. That's all you get. Thank you for being here. But you burned the points. Some of you want to see him burn. You saw him burn. This is the Warhammer 40k card game you play. All the new releases are just huge for your missing out. You need dozens or even hundreds of the same cards to bring it up to competitive level with other cards, which is similar to, yeah, some of these other mobile games I've heard about. It's nice to get your characters to be effective soon after release. Immediately, really. Immediately. There's a couple of characters. For the most part, the way Genshin characters scale is, you know, they're very playable with one copy, and then, you know, each extra copy gains you between, like, you know, 5 and 15% power. How close to dead are they? On dead? Good. Oof. So yeah, they scale kind of slowly with extra copies. And there was something else I was saying, but there are a few exceptions. There are a few exceptions where, like the character Raiden. The Raiden Shogun. She gains an utterly massive benefit from getting 2 extra copies. So the C2 versus C0 Raiden is a really big deal. So there are some characters like that. 2 wins, 2 losses. Just watch Leaderboard twice. And what's the deal with Mercenaries? Did Blizzard retire the cash grab already? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. They said they're not making any new content for it. They're gonna put out 6 new Mercenaries and a new endgame mode, and then no more new content. And the big question people are asking is, are they gonna move it off? Are they gonna move it off the front page of Hearthstone? You know, right now Mercenaries is right below Battlegrounds, but now if they're not making any new content, will they move it off of there? I'm guessing yes. But can we get Arena back on the front page? I don't know. There's another Warlock. It's interesting to see 2 Warlocks in a row down at, you know, 1-2 and 2-2. It's actually one of the stronger classes. I was expecting to see, like, Paladins. Dedicate that last win, by the way, to Yeti, with the 44 months of sub. It's actually even more than that. It's actually even more than that. Yeti changed accounts at one point. It's crazy as the Joker, but burn things twice. This is Arena back on the front page where it belongs. It's back to work, just when I get C6EA loud. It's yeah, one of the stronger characters to boost for sure. Some of the characters in Genshin, you know, they only gain, even getting like 6 extra copies, they only gain like, you know, 30% extra power. But Yelan's one of these that gets like 85% bonus. Now with the read, appear to gossip. That's fair to say. That's how most of the internet operates these days. Is the blood tap.
You call that a weapon?
Not this turn. If they play that 5-mana demon buffer, that's gonna be super annoying. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, I was just trying to see what the website Kaching Mains says about Yelan's power boosts per constellation. I think it's like 85%, which is high. Constellations. 1 extra copy, 20% DPS boost. Second copy, 40% boost. Third copy, 60% boost. Fourth copy, 80 to 90% boost. Oh wow, is it more than 85%? Fourth copy, 80 to 90% boost. Fifth copy, 92% boost. So like barely any upgrade over the fourth one. But that, geez, wait, okay, I guess it's more extreme than I remembered. It says getting 4 extra copies is an 80 to 90% boost. It says getting the 6th extra copy is a 150% boost, which is probably the biggest I've seen for any character in Genshin. I didn't realize it was that extreme. Chase also burns 100,000 channel points. Permafrost burns 200,000. Chase burns 100,000. And yeah, Gib was hoping they would have the She-Boy Thunder. Fortunately not.
We're not done with you yet.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme. 150% boost, and Yelan is considered one of the best characters in the game anyway. They're not gaining any benefit off this lifesteal, at least, but it's a really crazy thing to do with the Reanimator in general. Alright, we got a 9-5 Geist on the board. Trying to get these 2-2 revivals. They can go like trade Hellfire, or trade 7-mana Demon. It would both be horrible. Demonic Assault, plus trade the 1s, maybe?
What adventure are you off to today?
Adventure are you off to today?
Plaguelands.
Well, everybody goes to Plaguelands now. What happened? What happened? Nobody went to Plaguelands when
The Lich King
at least they called it a mistake. Nobody went to Plaguelands when this card came out. Nobody. Now everybody going to the Plaguelands. I don't understand it. Yeah, first it's a discount Astlord. What's the deal with Plaguelands?
Dance with me.
It says a thing which is fairly innocuous, but just stay away from anything political.
We're not done with you yet.
Apparently they're dead. Alright, 3 wins, 2 losses. With GG, hey. We got to global average. We got to average with this very below average deck. It says this is how humor dies with thunderous applause.
Scarlet versus the Lich King.
Alright.
Will serve me in death.
Do I want to keep the blood tap and opening a hand with no coin, or do I want to say the blood tap is just not good in general for us? Let me see the thing. Oh, well, I mean...
Hello.
I deleted the message. I'm not here to defend much of anything, but... you know... I viewed it more as just being about the present situation. It could be any country that was in that situation. But I just want to stay away from anything, even vaguely political. Alright. Darkfallen? Just because it has stats?
I sense your strength.
Roman Reigns. The, is he a heel or a face right now?
You call that?
If healers in WWE. He said, oh, I gotta start watching. I need to see the tactical wrestling builds. So this is the play if, you know... Well, even then, I'm like, this is the play if you think they got no more death rails ever, maybe, but...
Leave.
Does your fan have chamomile tea at all? You know, honestly, I couldn't tell you the last time I had any chamomile tea. So, am I a fan? No, just 'cause I haven't drank any in a long time. I couldn't even remember how it tastes, to be honest. It's been so long, so I'm not... I'm chamomile tea indifferent. Yeah, Sponge says tea Earl Grey hot, which I'm not indifferent on that subject. I don't like it. I don't like Earl Grey tea very much. Which you may have heard me say in the past, Sponge. Maybe. It's Captain Picard's drink. I don't like Captain Picard's drink. But I do like the drink of the actor who plays Picard. Because, Patrick Stewart also is not much of an Earl Grey tea fan. He likes London, no, not London, Yorkshire. Yorkshire Gold. And I've got some of that, and I do like that. I do like that. It's not terribly much we can do here at all. We're sunk.
A dark deed.
Scotty's better tasted beverages. Green. Green is, for lack of a better word, is good. Chinese says, do you like Captain Crunch? Can't eat too much of it. It, like, tears up your mouth. That's fine. It's fine as far as sugary cereals go. Oh, we're ultra dead here. This is rest of the moves. Damage the spine over time. As Aces, Hogan being 2 or 3 inches shorter. Multiple exercises example. Well, maybe, but, you know, people just get shorter as they age. I don't know how old Hogan is, but he's got to get up there. Alright, 3 wins, 3 losses. Now, multiple back surgery, sure, but I'm saying, you know, getting shorter happens to everybody. Alright. Emerald 12 win, yeah. Like I said, I don't retire decks, but if we were going to retire any decks, that was one of the most retire-worthy runs I've seen, for sure. Maybe someday I will retire decks. Not today, but of all the decks that could have been retired, that was a worthwhile one. Warlock will probably get more wins than Rogue, but I have a lot of fun with Rogue, and I don't have a whole lot of fun with Warlock, so we're still gonna go over to Rogue.
Belongs in the shadows.
I guess Spectral Knight over Scale Hide. Man, you could think about Infiltrator. There are secrets running around. I took Spectral Knight. Cutlass versus Peasant. I think we will take the Peasant, but Cutlass is good. Yeah, the other one's good too. Hey, Potion Belt. Potion Belt, pick 3. 1 super sweet guard. It says now you get concoctions, and you're right. Do I have... I don't think I've ever put that on a dedicated button. I should. But I don't think I did. Got here. It says now you get concoctions.
They're right.
We did. Is he having 100,000 points back? You feel cheated. Why? You burned him up. I thank you for being here. Thanks to D3 with the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. This pick's pretty bad. I guess I will take Cold Blood, or will I take Gilnean Royal Guard? Yeah, I took Gilnean Royal Guard, even though I'm not a very big fan of this guard. There's another one. It's another Cold Blood. Shoot. Rank says, Morn Save, was the neutral Death Knight as bad as it sounded? It was pretty bad. We got 3 wins. Thank you to, running also redeems the Star Trek Show of the Day. If you got a special request, let me know. But, It is more important. More importantly, Power got the 10 months of sub.
Excellent decision.
Very, very appreciate going up to the double digits, only 2 months away from a possible gold badge. I'm actually gonna hope the SI stuff shows up. A lot of times it has. A lot of times it has shown up, so I'm gonna take the informant. Every time I've picked this card, the SI cards haven't shown up. Every time I've declined this card, like 12 cards show up. Geist. Bloodied Knight. Loan Shark's okay. Scourge Illusionist is a 10-star card out of 5. It's like a 7-star card out of 5. This card's crazy. This card's absolutely busted, in Arena at least. It's probably busting Constructed too, I don't know. But yeah, 4 mana, 4/4, you only lose 1 health over a Chillwind Yeti. Your Death Rattle is to draw a 4/4 copy of another Death Rattle in your deck, and it costs 4 less! If it just said add a 4/4 copy of another Death Rattle in your deck for losing 1 health over a Chillwind Yeti, it'd still be crazy. But the 4 mana discount, you get a 4 Peasant for 0 mana. You get a 4/4 Geist for 0 mana. This is one of the craziest Arena cards of all time. Shabli's pretty good. I'm gonna take Assassinate. Concoctor, we like concoctions, but Discover a Spell could get another potion belt. Gotta take Discover a Spell. These are all great. If I could pick all 3, Freebeer is really good too in a Rogue. If I could pick all 3, I would, but I can't, so I'm gonna take Discover a Spell. Rank says, any trailer you or chat wants. Sisters, how do you like your tea? How do you take it? Honey, milk, cream, sugar? For a hot tea, I definitely do prefer the cream and sugar. Or artificial sugar. But for a cold tea we have right here that I should stop drinking because it's 9 p.m. That I prefer. Unsweetened. A little bit of lemon can be okay, but yeah, cold tea I like unsweetened. Hot tea, sweeten it up. Yeah, John said like a London fog with a dollop of honey. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Do you have any idea what you're talking about? Because I don't know what a misto style is. That I don't know. But a London fog is Earl Grey. Is Earl Grey tea with like a vanilla cream, a lot of vanilla cream type thing. No, what I said. Okay. That's the thing. I don't like an Earl Grey on its own. But yeah, if you do like half milk or cream or whatever, then do the London Fog. The London Fog's good. The London Fog's good, but you're really gussying it up heavily. Just Fallen Sun. Geist is terrible. Reduced cost of Death Rattles, and we do have a couple of Death Rattles, but I don't like that card. I'm just gonna take Stockade Guard. Take a Discover a Spell from another class. Fun card. Another SI Informant. Seeing if we can do anything SI-ish. We're only halfway through the deck. Alright, SI number 2. Sun Reaver, because these cards are terrible. I should look at Corpse Taker for half a second, but I don't have Divine Shield, I don't have Wind Fury, I don't have Lifesteal. No. Shadow Step for Viz. Shadow Step for Burglar. Versus a second Assassinate. I think we're just gonna take another Assassinate. Shadow Step can do some cool stuff. Blink Fox is a lot of fun. And we've got an emote for it, basically. It's a blue fox. The fur emote works. It's a blue fox. Flesh Behemoth, I could draw a 4/4 Flesh Behemoth that costs 4 off Scourge Illusionist. That'd be pretty sweet. I'll make sure I didn't miss any chat from Power after the 10 months of sub. Wanna double check. Doesn't look like I did. Namakan Evan with the fur, the big fur. Says both the hot and cold drink caffeinated. I'll do. I've got both. I've got caffeinated and decaf of the Yorkshire Gold for the hot tea. So if it's after like 7-8 p.m. I'll use the decaf. If it's in the morning, I'll use the calf. It's a C6 Crystal from Star Fox plus 800% boost. It's amazing. Or third informant. Maybe I do want to dedicate to the informants. Is Cream actually Cream? The Sonic character called Cream, I think. I think. Actually, I'm not sure. SI7. Let's dedicate to it. The other card's almost definitely better, though. Skelemancer. 4/4 Skelemancer off Scourge Illusionist would be fascinating. But the Direwolf is pretty much just straight up better. Villager. Atlas this time. SI7 Assassin. Costs 1 less for each SI7 card you played this game. And I've got the 3 SI7 Informants. Alright, we finally get to pick an SI7 Assassin. Clergy's pretty good. I don't think we have dragons for the Whelp anyway. I'm gonna take the Pickpocket for fun, but this card's hard to use. Draw a Death Row card, cost 4, let's trigger its Death Rattle. I mean, we've got some stuff that works kind of okay with this, but still, this costs 4 mana. If it was up against weaker cards, I would stronger cards, I would never consider it. Still really expensive at 4 mana. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. Yeah, Tanglefur could give me an Astalor, could give the opponent an Astalor, could go Cold Blood, don't like the Ambusher. Should never consider it. There's Geist again. Geist still seems terrible. Let's take a Parlay. Embalmer is great with a card like Geist. I don't know what other things we have for it, but it's just better than these two anyway. And finally, a Traveling Merchant is really good, typically. Alright, I wish we'd got 1 or 2 more RNG cards. I wish, like, the SI7 Extortion had showed up. But we did. We got some interesting, weird SI stuff that's probably not going to be very good. We got the Viz Discover, we got the Blink Fox, we got the Geist, we got the Potion Belt, we got the Pickpocket. So we do have fun stuff in here, and so and a Burglar. So we do have the RNG stuff. I think, though, this is probably another deck, like many rogue decks, that looks like it'll be quite a bit of fun, but it will not, if I was just looking, no problem at all. No, I didn't want to say you should send some chat. I'm like, I just don't want to miss any chat after a sub, so I wanted to double check. Running redeem that Star Trek show of the day, which we'll hopefully do after this match. I wish this deck looks bad. I think this deck looks better than our Death Knight, though, which is saying a lot about that Death Knight. That Death Knight was just, yeah, in the bottom 3 to 5. 3 to 5 with Death Knights we've seen. Potion Belt plus Pickpocket in the title. Those are pretty fun cards. I could put, like, SI7, but I don't know. The SI7 stuff may still not be strong enough to matter.
Got something to hide?
I think this deck could create some opportunities, if not create some fun. Yeah, again and again, we keep getting like 4-win rogues that have a lot of fun, but they only get 4 wins. Wait, is there a rotation happen today? No. A lot of people are expecting a mini set to be announced. A lot of people are expecting a mini set to be announced.
Show me.
Day after tomorrow. Which will probably be the case, but we're not sure yet.
Blade be thirsty.
And even it'll just be the announcement of the mini set. It'll probably still be until like next Tuesday for a rotation to happen.
Show me.
All right, clear the opponent's board. Okay, that scared the heck out of me. Did you? I guess one of them was the frothing animation. I thought I saw the 3 damage animation, and another animation triggered, and I thought it tried to destroy the frothing after it blew up. It scared the heck out of me. So you enjoyed the new Harry Potter game? I did enjoy it. Calling it Harry Potter seems weird. I agree. I'm not sure if they're trying to retile the Harry Potter universe at all. As far as I know, they now call it the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I don't know if they'll ever try to rebrand it to, like, just Wizarding World. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy what we saw of it. But, yeah, there were massive frame rate problems for us. I'd heard there might be massive frame rate problems on PC. But I'm gonna try moving it from a standard hard drive to a solid state drive, because it seemed like a lot of the frame rate problems were related to loading. And then they're supposedly gonna be releasing some new NVIDIA drivers in a couple of days. They're optimized for the game. And there's something else. There's like one other thing too. What's the last thing?
Me not shade. The sun has set for me.
And Glavy sent me a thing saying that some people have been able to fix the frame rate problems by reducing a shadow setting specifically. So, hopefully with the combination of those three things, the PC version will be okay. The thing is, though, you know, you are able to, like, manually aim with your wand, and I would really prefer to do that type of aiming with a mouse and keyboard instead of a controller. So I really want to play the PC version, if it's viable at all. Wait, so what house do you end up at? We went Slytherin. We went Slytherin just, you know, to be different, just like everyone else. You right, Bears MMO, right? No. Right? No. No, it's a single player adventure but thing, semi-open world-ish-y. But no, it's not anymore. Hufflepuff is where the real hipsters are. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. We talked about it, actually, while we were playing it.
Ready to fight for a better future?
The same thing with Elden Ring on PC. We played Elden Ring on PC at launch, and I had way, way, way less problems than this. In fact, I don't remember having any problems. We had instant problems here, unfortunately.
You shady.
So this Undying Ally is actually really good with the Geist, but we're playing Lothar!
I have faith in the strength of Azeroth.
I have faith in them not having an execute. I hope they don't have an execute. I hope they don't have an execute. For Stormwind, all caps. Uncle Lothar wants you. I mean, it took me an hour to generate my character. That's not true. It took me half an hour. It took me half an hour to make our character. He has blue hair. You gotta have blue hair. It is a blizzard loves Earth World for me since the drain gold. Alright, 1 win, no loss. The sister says, got no time for MMOs. Oh wait, shoot, hold on. Can I cancel this queue? I can. I was gonna say, we did have running redeem the Star Trek Show of the Day. Let's see if we can find one really quick. I should have done it during the match. But I said we'd do it after the match. Let's try to find it real quick. Hopefully this will just take a minute or less. Let's go here. Here's a Metal Wolf Chaos trailer. That's a good trailer, but it's not the Star Trek trailer of the day. I really have no Star Trek trailers in this folder. I've got some things, you know, just like, you know, clearing up desktops month by month, and I expected there to be a Star Trek trailer in here. I don't see one. What the heck? Oh no. How about this one? Okay. This one. This one, we got some Star Trek trailers. Sure, let's do... I think it's been a while since we've done the Sarek trailer. Wait, that's not the right button. Ah, nothing's working today. Especially that Death Knight deck. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. I was just looking at a video and now it has disappeared. There it is. There it is. All right, we'll do this one. We'll do this one. I like this episode. I like this episode. When's that Death Knight get? 3? 3. It was a lame deck. It was terrible.
Next time on Star Trek The Next Generation, Sarek returns to the Enterprise.
Live long and prosper.
So Sarek is Spock's dad. Sarek's Spock's dad.
But his mental powers trigger a mysterious outbreak of violence.
What the hell is going on here?
I wish I knew.
I don't actually want to look at that table smash again.
Violence.
What the hell is going on here?
I wish I knew.
Sarek may be projecting intense emotions onto other people.
And the only way to stop it is to jeopardize Picard's life.
No!
On Star Trek The Next Generation.
Smacking Wesley
The
around.
only way to stop it is
Intense emotions onto other.
Best part of that episode. Nobody likes Wesley. It's a Spock with a wig. No. Different actor. Different actor. But he was an actor that they used in the 60s, and they kept him around for that. Even the future gets solve cheap for construction. Gets even cheaper with replicators.
All will serve me in death.
I'll leave no trace of this.
Yeah, gotta face the Death Knight. Oh dear. Let's see, what was... Will Wheaton, yeah. People like Will Wheaton. People don't like Wesley. Guess I'm gonna equip the cut this. It's an interesting episode. Yeah, I was trying to bring up another clip real quick. We won't play the whole thing by any means. Yeah, I mean, I really want to reborn this, but waiting on that is probably a big mistake. Probably. Could have coined Bloodied Knight. Shadow Word Unholy is interesting. We can activate with the Embalmer or this Fallen Sun Cleric.
My dying breath is for this city.
Neither snow, nor rain, nor witch.
What do we want to do now? We just try to set up this Shadow Word on Death and hope they play into it in a good way.
Grab your shield. It's a right.
The sun has set for me.
Let's see.
A stranger will offer you aid.
We just got Blightfang in your arena. The Blightfang is really good. Yeah, well, I can clear the board with Shadow Word on Death, but then it still goes back to being their turn. I still think there's no choice but to do it.
that in. I can
Thank you.
There's kind of bush face, right? Yeah.
The more you struggle, the better. Careful.
all's well that's done well.
This is the best we can do. It's almost definitely not good enough. It's Joe the Blight Pig. Gotta be better than my Death Knight deck.
A dark deed to defy death.
And there's nothing left for us here. Would it be better to try to pickpocket into like a remorseless winner? As unlikely as it is. Probably. It's a good card, but it's too late for it. I don't have enough mana for remorseless winner. I got 2 Noxious. Yeah, I mean, they do 4 damage to my face anyway, so it's like, psh, what's the point? Well, we're technically not dead on board, but that's all we've got going for us. Got a random dragon and 5 other cards.